Hey, welcome back to I Can't Wait Till It's Spring. Just kidding. Welcome back to I Know Enough to Be Dangerous Farm. My name's Rob, and today we're going to trim some Colorado blue spruce for Christmas trees. We bought this farm a few years ago and it had some mature trees on it. That was like number one draw to the property, that and location. So we've harvested all the trees. These trees are too big for us to dig with our equipment. We have another farm come in with a really big machine. I think it's like a 60-inch ball they dig. But we're gonna trim some of these, and these have needle scale. What's called? They have a disease. It's called needle scale, and what it does, it starts at the bottom and it kind of burns its way up the tree. So I can't sell these to somebody with good conscience. So what we use them for is Christmas trees, the top part of them. And what we'll do is this block here we'll trim this year and then sell them the following year. So we already trimmed another block that we'll sell this year. These won't probably flush out and look very good. They'll look like they've just been trimmed, and I don't like selling them like that. So we need to trim these. They'll set bud this spring. They'll possibly throw some new growth, probably not, because we didn't get to them in time. But the following year, in 2 years, these will be ready to sell. So what we use for this is, since they are mature trees, we use what is a hedge trimmer, and the power unit we use is a Stihl, or Stihl. It's supposed to be pronounced Stihl, but everybody calls it Stihl. A Stihl KM91R. It's probably the sweet spot for power heads because it's not too heavy, not too expensive, and that's the one that runs my paddle broom that you've seen in my other videos, or maybe you haven't. Go check those out with the paddle sweep, cleaning up the stones around the driveway. But that's the smallest one you can use on that machine. This one we're going to use it on our old-fashioned hedge trimmer. Ours does not articulate here. I kind of wish it did every once in the head. Some of them do. That helps you, but most of the time I can get the right angle. Make sure you always grease these, depending on how much you use it, but you have to grease these. And Stihl makes the thing that screws in there, squeeze it, but you can put regular grease in there. I'd have no problem with it. You're probably wondering what this is. Since these trees do have that needle cast, what we'll do is probably each row, but this whole block has it, but each row we'll spray this with a Clorox mixture. I think it's not that much, but it's 2 to 1, or you can use a fungicide in there, but I'd rather use this. But the one bad thing with using chlorine or Clorox, it does rust up your tool. So in the field, use this. But when you get back to the shop, really grease this up, or not grease it up, but I'm a big fan of fluid film, and put some heavy dose of fluid film on there. It'll keep it nice and lubricated and stop it. It won't rust on you. What we'll have to do on some of these is put this extension on. It's a 44-inch extension. So all this does, this combi system, the only thing I don't like, when I first got it, this piece right here is plastic, and that's really kind of important. And it fits in that groove, and there's a bunch of arrows. They really dumbed it down for you. There's 2 arrows here, and then once they're touching, you just touch that. But then you got another grip here. But when I put it all together, it's about 100 inches of reach, but I can't get it up that high. So what I'll do is, hopefully, I don't need the ladder, because I'm not a fan of ladders and power tools, to be honest with you. Get that in there, and you can see that thing's a beast, because that tree's 12 foot. That tree's probably 12, 13 foot, and I'll be able to reach it without a ladder, no problem. The ladder I'm using, I wish I could find another one. It's a very light aluminum ladder, but I like about it, it has these feet, and it's very good. Just feet on one side, that's all you need. It's really good out in the field. where the field is uneven all the time, everywhere. And then far as trimming, so that's the tools we're using today. And of course our safety glasses that I have to go get some, but I'll get some safety glasses and my harness, 4-point harness, because it takes, that thing is, the trimmer is really heavy, and if I can just pivot it on the harness, take the harness take most of the weight, it's a lot easier on me. I can do a lot more trees that way. Otherwise I got to take very frequent breaks. But I'll get some safety glasses, very important, because there's little needles. You get one of those needles in your eye, man, it stings like heck. It's, you know, they have ridges all the way around. They got like a waxy coating, and who else knows what's on that needle? Man, it hurts. You do not want to get even a little teeny tiny piece of needle in your eye. And each tree needs a little bit of, you know, its own. Each tree needs a little bit of different work. So what you have to do is make just kind of, you know, the traditional Christmas tree shape in your mind. See, this one just needs a little bit on the top. This one needs a little bit more on the top. Because the other thing, they won't be ready, because some of these I'll have to take a lot out of it to bring them back. Like this one here has got great color. I don't know if you can tell, but the shape is just terrible. So I'll have to come back into here, which will be into old wood. And that's another reason why we use the hedge trimmers versus, you know, you see these flailing knives on with the Christmas trees, but they're not doing spruce, that's for sure. So I got my harness on. I know it makes me look really good, but the real reason I got this was just to take the weight off of the steel, and you clip it on here. It's got a nice little rubbing where that rubs instead of rubbing on your body itself. And I even use this with the paddle, because that paddle's real heavy too. But this, I can kind of pivot it on this little deal here, and I'm not having all the weight on my shoulders and just holding that the whole time. So let's see if we can get this steel running. This is fairly new. It's brand new last year, but I have one I've had for 15 years, and that still starts about the same. It's rather cold today, so see, it's just a lot easier to hold it now. Feels a lot better. Ooh, there's a hole. And that's really all there is to it. Like the very top, I'll clean up closer to maybe next year's harvest. We'll see how that flushes out. It's kind of open at the top. And the only bad part about this harness, let me shut this off. The bad part about this harness, it's hard to reach up a little bit taller. So these taller ones, like I said, I really don't want to get on the ladder if I don't have to. But these taller ones, I'll have to unhook it, and then comes right off. I'll have to unhook it so I can reach up there and grab those right there. But on this one, I think it's a good idea to leave them there in case one of those leaders gets a borer or something, and you know, then we can go to the other leader, and then it's fine. Colorado or a Norway at this size, you really want to protect that top leader, because that's going to keep the shape. Some of those, you got some Norways over there. I actually topped those about 8 foot, and they came right back. So you can get a multiple leader like that one right there. We'll pick a leader and then just have the dominant leader take over after that. Now here's a good example of one that's just crazy shape that we're going to have to cut back quite a bit, but not this year, but next year. Next year's Christmas, we'll be able to sell it as a Christmas tree. So that was a good example on a tree that we cut back quite a bit into the older wood, they say, and so that'll flush out this year, and that'll be a perfect tree for Christmas 2027, or in 2 years, depending on when you're watching this video. So just wanted to show you how we do it. So now I'll treat this trimmer with some Clorox. Then when we get back to the garage, we'll spray some fluid film on it. And I love the harness. It was just something I picked up on Amazon because I said, man, that might be handy, and it really is. I should have bought this years ago. But the other thing is, you always have to wear your glasses when you're doing anything with power tools, especially this. It is just not fun digging one of those needles out of your eyeballs. And the other thing, even though you see snow on the ground and it's about 30, 32, put on the tick repellent. The Deep Woods Off is what we use with the, man, it's got like 80% DEET in it, something crazy like that. Like the big box stores, or Wally's, they'll sell it in the camping section, not with the other bug repellents. Go to the camping section and get the DEET with it's like 85 or 90% DEET in it. It's Deep Woods Off. And man, I might be mistaken, but when I was a kid, they outlawed DEET for being bad for you. But now I guess DEET's okay. Maybe follow the money on that one. But anyways, it works good. Otherwise, the tick problem in 2026 is very bad in upstate New York right now. My dog we picked seven ticks off her. She was just laying on the carpet in the house. We took 7 ticks off her, and she used to, she has the tick medicine and everything. And they'll be on, the other thing I'll do is, I did put DEET on, but I'll take a lint roller on especially my legs. But when I'm backing in and brushing up against these trees, the deer are through here constantly, and that's where they're traveling. And then the tick are, they're very slow this time of year when it's this cold, but they still got their hook kind of hanging out there, waiting for a joyride, another host. So be careful of the ticks. All right. Thanks for stopping in today and checking out the channel. I Know Enough to Be Dangerous Farm. My name's Rob. See you next time. Take care.